Have you heard of Balaguer guitars? Well, if you haven't, this is a brand that you definitely need to know about. And if you only know a little bit about them, well, you definitely need to know more. So to show you what this guitar is all about, I'm gonna go small and I'm gonna go big. Could something like this be your next go-to guitar? Up until a couple of years ago, I was a real fanboy of some of the major guitar builders, but I've since learned that some of the smaller builders are putting the passion back into guitar building that I think is lacking with some of the major builders, and Balaguer is one of those companies. Now, what I've come to love about this company is they offer a range of instruments. They are an American company. They make US custom shop guitars for those of you with maybe slightly higher budgets, but they offer some of their models at their overseas factories so they can offer these guitars at different price points. But the guitars that are manufactured overseas, like this one, which was manufactured in Indonesia, is made under the same scrutiny as all the different levels of the instruments that they make. And there's some really high-end appointments on this guitar, which ultimately is a lot more affordable than, let's say, a high-end custom shop guitar, but it certainly doesn't feel budget. It definitely feels high-end. So we're gonna get to know this Espada Limited from 2024. Lots to talk about this guitar. So let's start off. We're gonna jump into a track. And as I mentioned, I'm going big and small to demonstrate this guitar, just form factor, not talking tones here. So the first track was recorded exclusively with the Neural DSP Nano Cortex. By the way, if you don't know me, I am Dan, the self-proclaimed lonely rocker. I cover all things guitar and gear related. Let's get into this. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. I was just sitting here working out the details for this video and I had the guitar in my lap and I was just kind of noodling, and within an hour, that song just came out of me. You guys know what I'm talking about when a guitar has that kind of mojo. Inspiration for days. Love that about this guitar. Anyway, so two of the main tones in that track. The first one, kind of an 80s vibe. I think it was called Edge of 80s, though I did customize it for this song. It's a Fender Blackface type amplifier, dripping in reverb and a bit of delay. Like I said, very 80s sounding. And then the heavier tone is actually a Marshall tone. It's one of the British amps in the Nano Cortex. You've got the Hypernova pickups on here, which are nice aggressive pickups. And that worked really well with that particular amplifier. Anyways, really love the tones there. And certainly the performance from this guitar did not disappoint. Well, we got some specs to look at, so why don't we look at the details of this 2024 Espada Limited. The Espada is one of Balaguer's popular models. It is offered in both US built and import versions. The care and detail offered in their US built and custom models is evident in this guitar, allowing you to get your hands on an amazing Balaguer for the price of many equivalent import Schecters and ESP LTDs. If that is within your budget range, I highly recommend you at least check Balaguer out. I've really come to love offset guitars. While this model is offset with a 25.5-inch scale, they've somehow compacted it so you don't need a full arm stretch like you do on some offset guitars that often have larger bodies. It has a solid alder body in this very cool gloss metallic charcoal frost finish with nice cuts and contours, making it extremely comfortable to play standing up or sitting down. A highlight for me is this gorgeous roasted bird's eye maple neck with black block inlays and stainless steel frets.
It's such a classy look and a real treat to have a premium feature like this on an import model. The Balaguer Comfy C-neck is complemented with black bindings and lumen lace side dots. I'm also a big fan of the matching headstock. Headstock shapes are a real challenge. I feel they blended some familiarity while creating their own unique spin. Very classy. And another premium feature are these high-quality black locking tuners. On the other end of the guitar is a Hipshot HT bridge. Another premium feature that offers great string height and intonation control individually for each string. And I have to talk about the Balaguer Hypernova humbucker pickups. These are high output pickups with a ceramic magnet. They are super aggressive and tight, yet they clean up really nicely for clean tones and when you split them. To control these pickups, you have a 3-way toggle switch, a master volume knob, and a master tone knob with a push-pull for the coil split. And it's shipped in this high-quality gig bag. Those other brands I mentioned showed up in a cardboard box with no case. Check out Balaguer's website and follow them on Instagram because they are constantly posting amazing pics of their latest builds. Links are in the description.
So as you can see, a lot of great specs on this guitar, and I've been playing this now for about a month, I think, and I fall in love with it every time I pick it up. Honestly, considering it's not a US custom shop guitar, though I am salivating over some of those custom shop guitars. I'm actually going to build one virtually, not making any commitments, but I want to show that to you a little bit later. But one thing that I should note, and I'm going to note this later, there's one detail on this guitar that was a maybe for me. Not a deal breaker, but I want to throw this question out to you. You find a guitar, you absolutely love it, but what's the one thing that would make it a deal breaker? You love everything about that guitar, but the one thing that would stop you from acquiring it, let me know in the comments. All right, it's time to go big. By big, we're going with a big amp, the Engel Powerball 2 behind me, running that into the Engel 4x12 double XL in the other room. That's mic'd up with 2 mics. We have an MD421 compact, an E906, and those are running back into this room. I've got a Warm Audio WA273 EQ. That's a Neve style preamp. I'm going full production on this one. Let's check it out. Oh man, that one felt so good. Now, a friend of mine, I showed some of my friends that riff before I did this video, and that's sort of that chunky riff at the beginning. It's really tight. So they asked me if I used a tight gate on that riff, and I actually didn't. I had to practice it to get it that tight, and I think I was pretty close. But no, I was able to pull it off with this guitar. No really extra noise. A testament to this guitar, a testament to the fact that I made an effort. Maybe a combination of both, but that really big, tight sound and this Hypernova pickup does not disappoint and really paired really nicely with the Engel. Sounded really, really great. All right, so one of the cool things about Balaguer's website is they have this really cool guitar builder. So you can choose from a number of their popular shapes or designs, and you can customize it to your heart's content and get a rendering of your next dream guitar. So I've had an idea for a guitar for a while. There's a guitar that Alex Lifeson played in the 80s. It was a Fender Strat Candy Apple Red with a matching headstock and a mirrored finish pickguard. I actually spoke to another brand about this last year and thought they were going to build it for me, but they never did. So this project is sort of floating out there. So I decided to, just for fun, no commitments here, to build one with the Balaguer guitar builder. Now, the thing is, we're not building a Fender Strat. I love the Espada. I love the offset nature about it, and figured that Lifeson guitar could be a tribute or just sort of inspiration for something a little bit more modern. But I'm a little bit stuck. And I'm going to show you the two versions of that guitar that I came up with, and I'm curious which one you prefer.
The essence of Lifeson Strat is the red color with matching headstock, the mirrored pickguard, Floyd Rose, and mismatched pickups. His is an HSS configuration, but the Espada only offers 2 pickups, but I can work with this. I went with the bare knuckle Blackhawk as it was the one closest to the rail style pickup in Lifeson's guitar, and a black single coil in the neck to complete the mismatched theme. My dilemma is the fretboard style. I love the roasted maple with black block inlays on my current Espada, but Lifeson's guitar is either a dark rosewood or ebony with simple dot inlays.
So I'm not making any commitments here, but if I was to get that guitar made, which version would you choose if you were me? Do we stay a little bit more genuine and go with the dot inlays on a rosewood fingerboard, or this black block inlay on the roasted maple neck? I love this aesthetic. Now, Geddy Lee's Fender Jazz, he actually has one with the black block inlays as well, so you could say maybe that was a hybrid. But which one looks better? I'm definitely into having a trem on this because I find while I was playing this guitar, I often went to grab a bar that didn't exist. So I'm definitely feeling a trem on here, but I'm really stuck on the neck design. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. All right, so I want to break down the pickups for you. I didn't really cover the gamut of what these pickups have to offer, so I'll just plug in back into the Nano Cortex, just strum a few chords so you can hear the pickups in their different configurations. So this is the portion of the show where I tell you what I really think about this guitar, but I think I've given it away already because I really, really enjoy this guitar. But there is one detail, I mentioned it earlier, and I'm gonna let you know what that is. The neck on this guitar is pretty chunky. Now, I spoke to Balaguer about this, and they said this was something that they experimented with this particular drop, this being a limited edition. They typically go with smaller necks. But of course, if you're building your own guitar, whatever your preference is, a chunkier neck is not bad. Some people like that chunky neck. They think you're gonna get sort of more sustained, bigger tone. Just for comfort for me, I typically prefer something a little smaller, but it does have a very flat radius, and that seems to compensate. And the more I play this guitar, it almost feels like the neck is shrinking a little bit. I guess I'm just getting used to it. It hasn't stopped me, and I've included this guitar in at least 3 other videos right now, and behind the scenes I'm playing it all the time because I really, really do enjoy this guitar. It has a wide range of tones on here. I mean, I like versatile instruments. It's something I talk about all the time. I mean, I've been gravitating to heavier music for this particular guitar. It just seems to suit that. These Hypernova pickups are nice and aggressive, but it doesn't have to live there because you do have that full range. It sweetens up really nice, cleans up really nice, and having the push-pull in here just gives you a variety of tones between the 2 pickups, blending the 2 or just going with individual. So just a lot of range there. But I definitely feel aggressive when I play this guitar. I love the offset. It's something I just got into just this past year. I was never into offset guitars, and I'm on the hunt for the perfect offset guitar. This one is almost it. Maybe if I make that custom-made one, that would be the ultimate #1 guitar in my studio. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. Definitely check out Balaguer. But if you want to see me rocking out this guitar in another video, just for another perspective, I've got a video here on screen you can check out. But remember, you don't need a band to rock and roll. I think I need to take my fingers to a finger spa. They're getting kind of tired. But hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.